Okay, so today we're going to make an Easter card.
No, not an Easter card. Mother's Day.
Oh, Mother's Day. Yes, Easter has gone and
It's gone. We're
It's
done.
gone.
Yep,
Yes.
we're done with. We're on to the next holiday, so it's Mother's Day. Okay.
I love Mother's Day. I especially doing the 3 C's with Mama.
What are the 3 C's?
Oh, first you start out with coffee, then you have some catnip, then a catnap.
Oh, I love catnaps.
Yes,
Okay.
so does my mama.
Hi. Okay, so let's get started. So I am making a Mother's Day card, and this is the card, and I'm using the layered letters alphabet to make the letters, and I'm using the Jar of Love stamp set for the flowers in the jar.
Is that the Mason or Dixon jar set?
Mason jars.
Oh, because there's a fine line between those two.
Yes, there is. So let's get started. Let me tell you what we're going to need. We're going to need a piece of Whisper White cardstock that is cut to 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. That'll be our card base. I have a mat of Wisteria Wonder that is cut to 5 1/4 inches by 4 inches. Our stamping piece is 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches, and I have a piece of Designer Series paper that is 5 inches by 1 1/4 inches. And this is new Designer Series paper that you're going to find in the new catalog coming out June 1st, but we'll get to that. We'll talk about that more later. So to make the letters, I'm using Versamark, and I have the M and the O from the Layering Letters alphabet set. So I just stamp this in the Versamark, and I'm using a piece of scrap Whisper White, and then I need to do one more M, so tap it in the Versamark. You can stamp anywhere because we're going to be cutting these out after we're done. So we'll put the Versamark away, and I bring in a scrap piece of paper, and I will add the powder, the white embossing powder. It's kind of hard for you to see. But it shows up really pretty when we're all done. Knock off the extra. Put this back in the bottle. And then we bring in our heat gun. And it's going to get noisy for a second, but here we go. So I don't know if you can see that. It's got a nice little shine to it. And then I am just going to fussy cut them out with my little paper snips. And that's it. So I'm going to continue fussing cutting them out, and we'll be back and we'll finish up our card. So the next thing what to do is to stamp our jars, and I stamped the jars in the basic gray ink, and I used Fresh Fig, Wisteria Wonder, and Dapper Denim.
Did the fresh fig replace the stale fig color?
I don't know that they ever had stale fig,
Oh.
but Fresh Fig is beautiful, beautiful new color. So we're going to cut these out with the Big Shot, or you can fussy cut them. So now we have our 3 jars, and we have our letters. So we're going to put the card together, and I also made a mask. So when I stamp, this will cover up certain areas so they don't get all inky. So let's start stamping. So see, we can put our mask here. I'll put a piece of paper under here so I don't get everything all inky. And I have Tranquil Tide, which I'm going to stamp some.
Tranquil Tide.
Tranquil Tide, isn't that nice? It's a beautiful, beautiful green color. It's one of the new colors. So I'm going to stamp some leaves.
It makes me want to stomp and scream.
Stamp and shout.
Oh, yes, that too.
Okay, get it right, kiddo. Okay, so I'm going to bring this in so I can kind of see what I did. So this is very, very inky, these new stamps. So we're going to use the mask so we don't stamp everywhere and get ink everywhere. And we're going to stamp a few of these beautiful leaves.
I like that.
You like, it's called stamp, stamp, stamp.
It's tranquil.
Tap, tap, tap.
It's
Stamp.
tranquil.
Okay, so we got our leaves. And the next thing is to bring in the fresh fig stamp pad. And we're going to stamp our flowers. This is a 2-step stamp. It's got a solid stamp.
That's a lot of S's.
A lot of S's. So I'm going to stamp off. And then I'm going to
glad you said stamp off instead of the other off.
So now we have a lighter flower. So we're going to stamp off again. And you have to wait for the finished look because
patience.
Stamp off.
Doctors need patience.
Doctors. Stampers need patience too, I think.
Well,
okay. So now we're going to bring in the other stamp. And we're going to stamp in full. We're not going to stamp off this time. So I've got the smaller stamp. And put my glasses on for this. See how it adds all that little dimension and texture? And again, this is the fresh fig, one of the new in colors.
It'll be in the October catalog.
June catalog.
Oh, what did I say?
Now, while we have this out, we are going to stamp three extra flowers because we're gonna
sell them on the street.
We're gonna cut them out and add them later with a dimension. So we need to stamp off.
That noise, I like it.
Stamp, 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 stamp. Let's tap, tap, tap. I'm going to do another one because I want more of a solid look.
Easy.
I make it look easy?
Yes.
That's pretty. Okay, hang on. We're going to do another one. Okay, those are nice. And then we bring this other one back in. Now this is a full stamp color. We're not going to stamp off. And the polymer stamps are nice because you can kind of see through them, so you can line them up very easily.
Register?
Register.
Ah, that's a word I learned.
You learned that in art school? No? Oh, I gotta close the stamp. Okay, so this is the final touch on this flower, and you have to remember to do this because it makes a big difference. I got a lot of ink going on here, ladies and men. So I'm going to take this little teeny tiny stamp from the jar of stamps, and I'm going to take the basic black, and I'm going to add this cute little piece. What is this called? The stamen?
The pistil or the stamen or the root.
And see how that makes a difference? It really, really adds the final touch to that flower. Okay, so we'll put that off to the side. We're going to cut those out later.
That really adds dementia to the whole project.
It does. Thank you, Chad.
Yes.
Okay, then we are going to stamp the medium flowers. And we're going to stamp the medium flowers in Wisteria Wonder. So let me bring that in. And this is the same thing. There's a full solid stamp and the little piece that's extra. So first we're going to do the Wisteria Wonder, and we're just going to stamp here and there. And then we're going to go back and add that extra color to give it the dimension. Is that what you called it?
Dementia?
No, not dementia.
Oh.
That's a sad thing. Okay, we'll cut that out. Then we come in with the little detailed piece. And for that, I'm going to use Perfect Plum. So it'll add a little bit darker image to our flower. And these stamps have the little arrow that points up, which helps you line them up.
Or register, that word we somehow figured out earlier.
Register.
Yes.
So we'll start right here. And see how it adds? It just looks so pretty.
It's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. I love it. So you don't stamp off with this one because we're using a little bit darker than the Wisteria Wonder color.
I would love to get closer, but I would block the viewers.
Okay. And then the last thing I did was I added this little teeny tiny flower. And I used Dapper Denim. So I'm bringing in all the colors of the jars. We got the Dapper, well, where's our jars?
Dapper Dementia,
Dapper
the
Denim,
Tranquil,
the Wisteria Wonder,
White,
and the Fresh Fig.
Exactly what she said.
Okay, so with this one, we need to bring in the Dapper Denim stamp. And we're going to fill in the little spots that we think need a flower. I can move this because I want to get a little bit lower. So it kind of fills in any spaces. So you kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like.
Gorgeous.
It's not gorgeous yet. It doesn't really look like anything yet, but you just wait.
Gorgeous is in the eye of the beholder.
Okay, so we are going to now lay down our
I'm
piece.
going to lay down.
Don't lay down yet. We're going to lay down our strip of Designer Series paper.
I like glue sound. Give me glue.
No, you can't have any glue. So I'm going to lay that right at the bottom. It's cut to fit. And then we're going to take the jars and we're going to lay the fig and the Wisteria Wonder down. So you kind of look at it and decide you want it to be a little bit in center. So we'll put that one down.
It's hard to argue with the way you do things.
And we need dimensions. And here they go. I got dimensions. What do the dimensions do? Do you know?
Well, in Motown there were the four tops, the dimensions, the three girl singing group, Supremely Pizza.
The dimensions are going to pop it up.
That's just ballywhacky.
So we're going to pop this middle one up. Right there in the center. Then I'm going to take my glue, my little multi-purpose glue.
Couldn't you use a nail gun?
No, we can't use a nail gun for this. It would mess everything up. And we're going to lay this down. It's coming together, chat. There you go. Bet you never thought it would happen.
I have faith.
You have faith. Okay. Now we'll put our other two pieces together. So we'll add this one to our card base. And then we'll add our pretty card. And it's done. Mother's Day card. Oh, no, it's not done. You know what we forgot? We have to cut.
Kissing it?
No. These three pieces here, we need to cut out. You can either cut them out with a big shot or fussy cut them. So I have 3 of them ready to go. And this is going to add the final touch, bring in our dimensions. And put one on the back of each piece that we cut out. How you doing, chat?
Getting sleepy?
Sleepy? Shame on you. You slept all day today. I know you were taking your little
Well, I
cat
don't
naps.
want coffee. I don't want catnip. I would like a cat nap.
Okay, this is going to finish off our flower, our card. Look at.
Hang on. Get out of the way. Let me see this.
What do you think? Don't you love the colors?
I like the tranquility of the whole card.
Anyway, thank you so much for visiting. I will have all the details on my blog. I will have a link to the stamp set down below in the details of this video.
What she means is there's more to follow. Don't look back.
See you next time. Bye.